Hello. Please give me one moment. We are here. We are here. We want to say eager to share because we always say that, because we are always eager to share. Tracy is wanting to share, and it is a sharing, and we always say that as well. The topics are always about love, compassion, kindness, Mother Earth, love towards oneself. And we always choose all the topics, if you will, to bring more fulfillment to one. More fulfillment to one. Walking steps, creating. And there are times where one's journey feels troublesome. At times where one journey, they don't know which direction to go. Where am I going? Where do I go? Did I make the right decisions? Am I making the right decision? I've traveled this road a long time. Not much seems to change. I'm not fond of the scenery. Maybe I should move. Maybe I should change my career. Maybe I should. Fill in the blank. When one is walking their travel, let us say it that way. Some walk intentionally, knowing the direction, knowing where they want to go. It is almost like a bullseye, pulling back an arrow, if you will, knowing a straight line where the bullseye is. Others say, I'm just going to travel. I don't know what direction I want to go. I'm just going to let life present me with all the excitement. I'll make my decision when I place my foot down, and the next one and the next one. I'll let life take me along. Then there are ones who saw the direction, planned the direction like a map, planning out the way to get where one is wanting to go. And it never seems like there is a finish line. Or it never seems that they arrive where they're wanting to go. Hurdles and setbacks, and one's coming in and messing it up, if we want to say, ripping up the map. And so, where are we going with this dialogue? Where are we going is that when one follows their heart with the truest knowing of what their desires are. Now, ones will say, well, I desire to be, and there was just no way. There was just no way. My dream was not realized when I needed it to be realized. And now I'm too old. Now I'm too discouraged. Now I wanted that dream so much, and it took so long, I just couldn't do it anymore. I ran out of resources. I ran out of money to create it. I ran out of knowledge, perhaps. I needed this, and this, and this, and I did not have it. So it was pushed aside. I had to put it on the back burner, and then fill in the blank. Then life took over, and I never went back to the dream. It just passed me by. It just passed me by. And we want to say that when one is discouraged about dreams, about not fulfilling dreams, it creates a space of emptiness or bitterment, if you will. Because one had the dream, one had the calling. Now, ones will say, well, fine to say I have the calling, But if I don't have the resources lined up, how am I going to express the calling? How am I going to live what I want to live? And then there are times that ones think that what they are wanting, their dreams, wishes, desires, they get to experience that dream, wish, and desire. And the disappointment is so grand. Well, this isn't what I wanted. This didn't turn out very well. I thought I wanted to fill in the blank. I thought I wanted to be fill in the blank. So how does that happen? If one is holding the dreams, created the dream, and then discovered it truly wasn't for them, then what? So the then what is always dream. Really. Doesn't that just set one up for failure, one will say. When you are creating, we really want you to hear this. When you are creating, we want to say a castle in the air, something that feels very close to the heart, or something that feels that it'll be a long journey before one arrives. Something that feels that it is so far-fetched and so far off it'll never happen. Something that one says, I can do this, I can do this. Others have done, I can do this, I know I can. They have such knowing in their heart, in their being, in their soul. I know I can do this, I was meant to do this. This is what I was meant to do. Dreams, wishes, and desires, to some does sound like fluff. To some it does sound like just setting one up for disappointment. And we just said that one will fulfill a dream and become disappointed. What is it all about? What it's all about is one creating from a place of who they naturally are. And if one has the desire or the dream of being or becoming or experiencing, fill it in, it is there to be found. One wouldn't have the dream or the desire if it was not tangible. That would be sort of a cruel joke, wouldn't it? And who would do that? Dreams are placed in your being because, first of all, the one created what they wanted to create, meaning they have the desire. It is theirs and only theirs. What one wants, another doesn't. One wants to travel the world, another doesn't. One wants to be on a big stage in front of thousands, another doesn't. One's dream is to be of great assistance to ones that just need their hand held. One's dream might just be the sense of family and raising a family, and to another, they don't want to go anywhere near children. Dreams are held within. And if it is held within, now, it is true that ones will have a dream that involves others. This is where it gets fussy. So, we don't want to pick a tender topic, but let us just say one is truly, their dream is to have a family, to have many children. Again, we don't want to be tender here. But it takes another, true, it takes another to fulfill that dream. And that when it gets sort of, you have no control over another. We're being general. When one has a dream of being, let's say, a painter, a musician, a talent brought forth, the dream of expressing one's own talent, where it doesn't truly need another for assistance. However, if one wants to stand on a huge stage with thousands of people, you need assistance of the thousands of people, or you would be standing on stage on your own, and the experience would not be anything that you desired. You're on the stage, yes, but no one is there to see or to listen. So it does usually take others to fulfill your dreams. But more than that, it takes one's personal desire to see it through. Now, ones may dream, we're just using an example, there's hundreds and thousands. Ones may dream of being on a big stage in front of thousands, and someone has come along and said, well, you better lose that dream really quickly. Have you heard your voice? You're out of key. You don't sing well. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't want you to continue searching for a dream that can't possibly be yours because you truly don't have the talent in it. And ones will take that to heart. So instead of, let's say, getting assistance with vocal lessons, getting assistance to improve, they will take it to heart and they will say, they're right. I probably can't sing and I don't want to embarrass myself. They know what they're talking about. It gets dropped easily because of condemnation or because the input of others. And yet you need the others to create the dreams that you are desiring. Sticky. It's all very sticky, if you will. The best that you can do when it comes to dreams and desires and wishes is to dream. We want to share a little secret, if you will. If you dream by using your imagination, you can take that as building castles in the air. But if you can sit quiet by using your imagination, by focusing on the large stage, by looking out to the crowd of endless people, using your imagination with the textures, the lighting, the sound, the touch. If you can create, you've heard it before, and we're not saying if you can use your imagination enough, it becomes reality. But it does in many cases. And just shy of that, you used your imagination so grand it was as though you had the experience anyway. You had the experience anyway. So, dream. Close your eyes and dream of your most fabulous dreams. And dream of things that perhaps you'll never feel is possible. I want to go to the moon. Dream of going to the moon. Dream of making these creations that you feel would never possibly arrive, feeling so impossible. But when you engage your imagination with your heart, with your inner essence, with all that you are, for moments in time, the world does open up. And you will be surprised at what is delivered, especially if one has an open mind. What we are wanting to share is, even if a dream does not feel tangible, even if you've talked yourself out of the dream itself, or someone else has, dream anyway. create it in your mind anyway. You have nothing to lose. Because the sensation, if you can bring yourself right to what you are wanting and desiring, you can't lose. And you cannot, because if you can have it as clear in your mind, the castle in the air, there is a grand possibility it does become one's experience. And if it doesn't, for some reason, one can have the experience of the experience. If one can create the imagination to be so true to life, it would feel like one had the experience anyway. Little playful conversation. It is discouraging when one had a dream and it was not fulfilled, whatever reason. It is easy to get angry and resentful. It is easy to never want to dream about anything again. It's too painful. We just want to encourage you to dream and not let go of the dreams. Do not let go of the dreams. Because when you are creating the space of dreaming, if you will, when you are creating the space of that fulfillment, already knowing it is yours, let's say, you have the experience and it opens up the grandness of who you are. It opens up the grandness of who you are. Now, ones will say, hey, this is reality. Don't set ones up for failure and disappointment. And it is in that thinking that dreams do not become tangible evidence. Don't fill their head with all this hairy-fairy nonsense. That is the condemnation that allows the space for the dream not to be experienced. Think about it. So what? Ones want to build castles in the air. Who are they hurting? Not the one condemning. And if the one that's condemning could find a space to build their castle in the air, wouldn't life look so grand? So we encourage ones, especially when it feels so far away, especially when one wants to give up. Think of this dialogue as one's trying to get to the finish line, tumbling down in exhaustion, not thinking they can make it. And out of nowhere, a gentle lift one to their feet to make it to the finish line. When ones do not give up, there will be a gentle lift to create the desire. Just think about it, ponder it. Tracy is hearing the words and she's getting a little nervous about what ones may think of this dialogue. For she herself questions her dreams. She herself wonders when the finish line will ever arrive, and does it arrive, and when am I going to be so exhausted by the time I get there? Why does it have to be so difficult? Why do all the steps have to be hurdles, not steps? Why are they hurdles? Why am I always climbing up the mountain, up, steep, exhausted, not knowing if I can take another step? And there have been times where she wanted to give it all up. And then she felt the lift. And she felt, if you will, the hand. Let me help you. Come on. Come on. You can do it. She heard the words of encouragement in her own mind. and use your imagination to hear words of encouragement. If ones around you are not encouraging, close your eyes. Hear one encouraging you, one that you really want to hear from. Imagine them congratulating you on fulfilling your desires. Imagine them having a conversation with you. And it opens a space, it opens a door for one to feel lifted, to continue the journey of dreaming, of one's dream, personal dreams. Really good. Really good. There is great love for you.